At that moment, photojournalist Shai Hailong arrived at this remote mountain village. He followed the children along the swaying single-plank bridge. He walked into the crumbling ancestral hall classroom. At first glance, I saw the bright red of that hole. The girl was completely focused on the blackboard, then pressed the shutter to grab the shutter. Captured aplomb. Those eyes are clear and resolute, with a nearly scorching thirst for knowledge, but even greater blows followed. 2 consecutive years of flooding left the wheat fields without a single harvest.
Maisie's family didn't even have money to buy salt. The family spent so much money and couldn't afford it.
My mom said when the wheat is ripe, she'll return your wheat to act.
What money did he use? He worked all day to repay his father.
He made the most painful decision. Don't go after tomorrow's class.
Why?
Last year's tuition was all paid by Teacher Liu for you. If you still have to continue your studies today, Teacher Liu still has to cover for you. We owe Teacher Liu so much tuition. When will we be able to pay it back?
But I have to go to school.
Maisie was very sensible and refused the teacher's offer to pay tuition again, returning home. Maisie finished her final assignment in despair until the pen's ink was completely drained. He completely broke down. He rushed up the hill and tore up his homework book, throwing away that dried pen, personally throwing away dreams. It is even more heartbreaking than never having had a dream. Just as Maisie was about to return to the fields, a newspaper and a remittance slip are about to arrive over mountains and ridges. That Zhang Mingwei, the photo of me going to school has already caused a nationwide earthquake like a landslide and tsunami. Project Hope officially launched. For a time donations of love poured in from all directions. A codename has already begun to converge. An anonymous donor named Li Wan. I sent the first scholarship to the school. When the principal rushed to the fields with the remittance slip and newspaper,
Xiaomei was numbly laying pig straw on the table when the principal showed him the remittance slip and told him he could return to class.
Maisie went from confusion to surprise.
I threw away the pen you gave me, thinking I would never be able to go to school again. Sorry, Teacher Liu. It is okay.
I'll go find her. Silly child.
We can buy many more now. Finally!
Holding Teacher Liu, I burst into tears. Maisie returns to the classroom. No, only thinking about yourself. He saw that his deskmate's pencil was too short to hold, and when he saw Xiaohu drop out of school, he handed over his extra financial aid to Teacher Liu to help more people.
This was donated to you by someone else. Uncle Liwan.
Donating me 100 yuan a year is enough for my schooling.
The money from this work can be donated to others, but your family isn't wealthy either.
This money was donated to my schooling, and now I can attend school. But in Xiaohu and Jiajia, there are still many people who can't afford to go to school, so I want them to come to school too.
This is the cycle of goodwill. A rescued individual is awakening, become a savior. A year later, the ancestral hall became a bright beacon of hope. The elementary school movie Big Eyes is not just about structuring a classic photo. It is also an epic about courage, education, and nationwide good deeds. It records the hardships of trading eggs for rice, the warm story behind a pencil, and an era's collective thirst for knowledge. I believe the greatest success of this film is that he did not play the victim excessively. He portrayed poverty in a cold yet realistic way. But what he emphasized even more was that the glimmer. Teacher Liu's persistence is a glimmer of light, and the reporter's shutter is a glimmer. The pencil made by the supervisor was also faint. It is precisely these faint lights that before our collective power intervenes, protecting the light in the child's eyes. From the plot structure, the film centers on the pencil and tuition at the core of the conflict, repeatedly pushing and pulling the audience's emotions, especially the scene where Maisie throws away the pen. It reached the peak of emotional outburst. On the technical level, it restores the authentic texture of 1990s rural life. The stark contrast between the muddy mountains and the scholars, highly artistically appealing. After reading the whole article, you'll notice that the core point thrown out at the beginning, this is vividly reflected in the film. Hope is a fire. Hold on to it, and you can change your destiny. Transmission. It can illuminate an era, In the real world, the prototype for the big-eyed girl Su Mingwan was admitted to Anhui University. After stepping into society, he even started doing charity work. He regularly sponsored impoverished students every year and later established a scholarship fund. The original school funded dozens of college students to film The Restraint. It is because he doesn't overly sentimental, nor does he drown the audience with tears. Instead, it uses restrained cinematography to portray the resilience of the lower classes. Every time I revisit this story, many people feel their eyes grow warm. In fact, these big eyes don't belong only to Su Mingguan. She belongs to everyone who longs for the classroom and is unwilling to let go. He made us ordinary people in front of the screen realize that the reason education is sacred, it is because he gives us the ladder to learn knowledge. And kindness is so great. It is because he helped those kids who almost fell off the ladder grow wings again. May all the desires in this world be echoed, and may every good deed be passed down like a spark.